That's interesting because it's really hard to do step one, spot the tonal center of the song. Bruised like violets, and the more I repeat this minor kills idea, the more I'm unhappy with the stress pattern. Change one chord and change the character of this section completely. I really love it because Desire with Fire is the most cliche rhyme that you can actually come up with, but it's kind of funny. Wow. Remember the Burning Embers. Really, really good rhymes. Well, we could talk about Gen Z birdwatching, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to be listening to a member suggestion. The song is called The Great War by Taylor Swift, and it was suggested by member Holtz Crawford as well as countless regular viewers. I really want to continue learning songwriting from the best, which Taylor Swift certainly is. So without further ado, let's get going. That's interesting because it's really hard to do step one, spot the tonal center of the song. Let's spot the first note that we hear, or chord. It's really, really freaky. It's certainly also the first melody note, the C that we hear, right? Maybe it helps looking at the melody first. I think this is the first melodic phrase that we hear. My knuckles were bruised like violets. And yes, it's knuckles, not knuckles, but never mind. Maybe we might be in B flat major, but it's really hard to tell. What is the second chord that we hear? Really, really. So the third chord is certainly a B flat, okay? And it feels like going home. So the B flat might be the center of the tonal center. Incredible. What is the first chord? I think the chord progression, really, really strange, is so if the song is in B flat, which I'm not 100% sure, then we would have a 5 to 6 minor to 1 to 5 progression. Really weird. Certainly a Mixolydian vibe, with the F being both the beginning and the ending chord of that idea. I already looked at the melody. And then this sucker punching walls and so on. Sucker punching walls, cursed you as I sleep talk. So it's certainly those movements around the D that make this melody special. Go back to that first line, right? My knuckles were bruised like violets, now becomes spineless in my tomb of silence. What I really love about this line is that it rhymes all the bits, right? So my turns into spine, bruised turns into tomb, and violets turns into silence. Really beautiful lyric writing. Okay, I'm not so sure what to make of this took the battle underground and the melody going up. It's kind of anti-prosodic. Right? Maybe took the battle underground would make more sense when looking at the combination of both lyrics and melody. I don't know. Certainly this was what I believe might be the verse number 1. My knuckles were bruised like violets, and the more I repeat this my knuckles idea, the more I'm unhappy with the stress pattern. Sucker punching walls, cursed you as I sleep talked, spineless in my tomb of silence, tore your banners down, took the battle underground. A very typical 6-line verse, very typical for Taylor Swift, certainly, with a A, B, B, A, C, C rhyming pattern. Yes.
And maybe it was ego swinging.
Same chords, new melody, certainly.
And maybe it was ego swinging.
Certainly with a swinging movement in the melody as well. Maybe it was ego swinging.
Maybe it was her. Flash.
Was that the same chord progression though?
And maybe it was ego swinging.
Yes, certainly. So we are still in that 5 to 6 minor to 1 to 5 idea.
Flashes of the battle come back to me in a blur.
Really cool. I think we are now in the pre-chorus. Why? Because it's kind of unresolved, right, in terms of lyrics. And maybe it was ego swinging, maybe it was with her, and then it's flashes of the battle come back to me in a blur. And leaving this, we don't really know, but we certainly form tension there.
All that blood shed, crimson clover, sweet dream was over my.
Change one chord and change the character of this section completely. I really love it, because what they do instead of starting on the 5 chord is they start on the 4 chord, definitely confirming that we were in the key of B flat all along, turning this into a Lydian section because it starts with the 4 chord. The rest is the same, is what I hear, right? 4, 6 minor, 1 and 5. Let's confirm this.
Blood shed, crimson clover, sweet dream.
No, 4, 1, 6 minor, 5. Okay, so also changing the order of the 2nd and the 3rd chord.
Was all throughout the Great War. All
And featuring the title of the song, we are certainly in a very, very powerful chorus. It's melodically, it's a relatively static chorus, but with a lot of movement in both the words and the chords. The melody does this here.
all that blood shed.
Right now, punching in the B flat as a rock solid melody note.
Crimson clover, sweet.
Really, really punching in that B flat as a rock solid note. The fancy notes in between don't really matter.
Dream was over my hand, was the one you reached for. All throughout the Great War.
Okay, all throughout the Great War, which is kind of the wrapping up motif at the same time featuring the title of the song. The lyrics so far say, all that bloodshed, crimson clover, sweet dream was over. Let's see how she phrases this.
All that blood shed, crimson clover, sweet dream.
Very, very cool. Sweet. Gently integrating that into that flow of the metric rhythm.
Was the one you reached for. All throughout the Great War.
And with the rhymes at the end with reached for and all throughout the Great War. Really, really cool.
Anymore, if we survived the Great War.
Oh, and then it's because they want to go back to the verse, right? They can't say but instead they have to go to that C because it's the 5 note of the F major chord.
All throughout the Great War.
Really, really cool. Integrating that war into that following phrase melodically, right? All throughout the Great War, always remember,
Always remember, tears
Really, really beautiful also that they repeat the idea as a lyrical hook.
on the letter I vowed not to cry anymore.
And they introduce yet another rhyming word for Great War. So this was reached for before and now it's anymore. But they go back to the Great War at the end. Repeating the title is always a good idea.
You drew up some good faith treaty, drank my poison all along.
Thank you for writing a second verse and for bringing back the ideas that you have established at the beginning, right? You drew up some good faith treaties. I drew curtains closed, drank my poison all alone, which is beautiful. Also with that nice alliteration with you drew up some good faith treaties, also TR and DR kind of close to each other, and then it's I drew curtains closed, drank my poison all alone. At the same time forming that beautiful contrast of meaning, of double meaning of the word to draw, right? To draw up treaties and to draw the curtains closed. Really, really good songwriting.
You said I have to trust more freely.
And we go back to that tr sound with trust, right? You said I have to trust more freely.
Diesel is desire. You were playing with fire.
Desire with fire is the most cliche rhyme that you can actually come up with, but it's kind of funny. You said I have to trust more freely, but diesel is desire. What a cool alliteration and silly idea. But diesel is desire, you were playing with fire.
And maybe it's the past that's talking.
Pre-chorus, right? Something that we know already, right? Again, very, very open at the end, right? Streaming from the crypt. And we really form tension.
So I justified it, all that blood.
Certainly a different feel in that second pre-chorus. Let's listen to the first pre-chorus again to spot the contrast. So I think it was this flashes.
Maybe it was her.
Okay, maybe it was ego swinging, maybe it was her, and now this long line that kind of leaves everything unbalanced. Flashes of the battle come back to me in a blur. Of course, also with those B alliterations, with battle and back and blur. Really, really beautiful. Shorter pre-chorus. The second one is certainly longer, and it starts like this here.
Maybe it's the past that's talking.
Same melodic ideas.
Screaming from the crypt.
And this is maybe it was her, right?
Telling me to punish you for things you never did.
This is where the first pre-chorus ended, and she now fills the gap that she left.
So I justified it.
Right? So I justified it to create an even smoother transition to that second chorus that starts like this now.
Bloodshed, crimson clover, The bombs were close to my.
I think the bombs are new, so we have got a second chorus with different lyrics. Really, really cool.
All throughout the Great War.
But at the same time repeating elements that we know.
Always remember, the burning embers.
Wow. Remember the burning embers. Really, really good rhymes.
If we survive the Great War.
And she goes back to ba-boom. Now she does not land on the C because she doesn't need to go to a second verse. What she does go maybe to, or what she will go to, might be a primary bridge. Let's find out. Not really, but it's that a post-chorus where she features that really, really cool hook.
It turned into something bigger.
Almost the chord progression from the chorus, but they do a cool rehum trick. They started the chorus with the 4 chord. Now what they do is they take the rehum chord for the 4, which is the 2 minor, making this even more nostalgic, but the other chords were certainly the same. So it's 2 minor, 1, 6 minor, and 5. Really cool, and it is a Taylor Swift typical primary bridge so far.
It turned into something bigger.
I think is the melody hook, right? It turned into something bigger.
Somewhere in the haze, got a sense I've been betrayed.
Cool.
Somewhere in the haze, got a sense I've been betrayed.
Got a sense I've been betrayed, I think is the idea.
Soldier down on that icy ground, looked up at me with honor and truth.
Really, really cool. So we have got a turned into something bigger somewhere in the haze. Got a sense I'd been betrayed. Your finger on my hairpin triggers. And then she does something completely different in the melody, turning this into a very, very strong booster line, certainly with that soldier down on that icy ground.
Soldier down on that icy ground, looked up at me with honor and truth.
Really, really cool. Looked up at me with honor and truth. Military words all along.
Broken and blue.
Repeat melodic motifs.
So I called off the troops.
It's the same idea, only with melodic variation.
Was the night I nearly lost you.
Really, really loose in terms of metric rhythm, but certainly something that she likes doing.
I really thought I lost you.
Repeat that lost you idea, and also with a very, very lost melody note there. Lost you.
We can plant a memory garden.
Verse number 3, that is something special.
Say a solemn prayer, place a poppy in my hair.
What cool lyrics. We can plant a memory garden, say a solemn prayer, place a poppy in my hair. We have got P alliterations all the way through. We can plant a memory garden, say a solemn prayer, place a poppy in my hair. At the same time, say a solemn also forms an S alliteration. Really, really beautiful. It's another 3-line idea so far that will certainly get answered with another 3-line idea.
There's no morning glory, it was war, it wasn't fair.
No, it will not, because they directly go into the pre-chorus, right? With that.
We will never go back to that blood.
And another transitional idea, and we will never go back, right? Remember that we had that other bloodshed, so I justified it?
So I justified it.
Right? So I justified it, all that bloodshed. And now it's, and I will never go there. Go back.
We will never go back to that bloodshed. Yeah, worst was over my.
Really cool. Another line, another rhyme with over. The worst was over.
All throughout the Great War. Please remember, 'cause we survived the Great War.
And it's an optimistic last chorus with surviving the Great War. Bring back the motif.
'Cause we survived the Great War.
Repeat the lyrics of that refrain line at the end, but come up with a variation in the melody.
'Cause we survived the Great War.
I think is now the melodic variation, right? Because we survived the Great War. And at the end, we haven't got resolution in terms of chords, because we stay on that dominant chord, and at the same time we don't get this payoff, so nobody talks about the war anymore at the end, but instead we had this I vowed I will always be yours, and then there was no need for a great war anymore. So this was The Great War by Taylor Swift from her album Midnights, suggested by a member of this channel here, Halls Crawford, as well as countless regular viewers, and I'm sure to take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1, something to take into consideration if your name is not Taylor Swift. Be careful with the metric stress of the very, very first line that your listeners are going to hear. Taylor Swift can pull it off, but if you were to write a lyric line like this here,
My knuckles were bruised like violet.
people would spot that my knuckles were bruised like violets is actually not the way you would phrase this phrase. Taylor Swift can do that, and of course she has this metric rhythm as a very set in stone idea already, and now needs to punch in or fit in the words. We as beginning to intermediate songwriting learners want to avoid this, but instead find cool stress patterns that actually suit our words and melodies. Songwriting learning number 2, if you have got a punchline title of your song like this, The Great War, make sure to find different rhymes that you can use to lead up to that, right? So she does that by first talking about, what was it? My hand was the one you reached for all throughout the Great War. Then it's I vowed not to cry anymore if we survived the Great War. Later it is I vowed I would always be yours because we survived the Great War. So she really takes this as plot development material and really finds cool ways to reach that Great War rhyme over and over again. Really, really cool. And songwriting learning number 3, an can be the strongest hook of your song, especially if you integrate it nicely into your metric rhythm, right? She does that brilliantly with that rep.
Always remember, the burning embers I vowed.
I imagine that this is certainly the most fun to sing along with in one of her live concerts. So make sure to spot those tiny, non-verbal, we had a word with that, right? Paraverbal hooks or something like this. Certainly something that we can include into our own songwriter's toolbox. And this was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Taylor Swift's The Great War. If you liked this video, please make sure to leave me the thumbs up, to subscribe to the Let's Talk Song channel, and to leave friendly comments, maybe suggesting other songs that you would like me to analyze. Remember that you can increase your chances of your song being picked by becoming a paying member of this enterprise here, either here on YouTube or over on Patreon. Let me also thank all the people that are already contributing to that brilliant adventure here. This allows me to buy new stuff, like for example the Simbacam that I hope you have enjoyed already and you will continue enjoying. So it's just an honor and a pleasure to do this with you and to grow. I guess we've talked song, you can talk about Gen Z birdwatching now. Bye bye.